Hello, good morning. This is Scott. Welcome to the meditation live stream. Here on my channel, we are using meditation, but in the different dimensions of our self. We have a multidimensional self. We have a body, emotion, mind, and relationships. And because these dimensions overlap and work with each other, it's important to use awareness as an integration method to work with these dimensions because they make up our experience of life with a capital L. And I like to do a brief talk and then we'll get into a guided practice. Today we'll go for about 50 or so minutes, and I like to do a little bit deeper of a meditation on the weekend. It helps sort of really instill the kind of qualities that meditation provides. And so I like to do a brief talk and then we'll get into that practice. So some of the qualities of meditation are that one is that we have more space. One is that we have more access to the present moment. And number three is really this profound sense that we are more than our minds, that we are more than our ideas, that we are more than our emotions, and that we are more than our body. But even though those things are real, that which works with those aspects of us is something called awareness. It's that which we are aware of these things. And our consciousness, as I like to use the framework Patanjali wrote about a long time ago, is that our consciousness is like the surface of the ocean of our experience. It's the waves, it's the choppy water, it's the smooth water. Our consciousness is the top portion. But our awareness includes the top portion of the ocean, but also the depth of the ocean. And when we become aware, things naturally surface in us, process, and transform. And that transformation is ongoing. And for this work, it's something that we use the work of kind of Ken Wilber to understand, which is that we are transcending and including our experience. And this is very useful for the world that we are giving over to our children. I saw yesterday a child get off the school bus, and as soon as he crossed the road to the other side, he took out his cell phone. And I thought to myself, very interesting. The power of our devices that pulls us into the realm, the addictions, the offerings of our device really have a pull on us. The pull is noticeable to me. And I think we should, not get rid of our devices. I think we should find a viable third way to deal with technology of today and the future, but as well as to keep our humanity. I don't think we should live off the land, just go back to the way, in some ways it's romantic to think about a life prior to the cell phone, smartphone world, where you couldn't be instantaneously reached. But I think we need to healthily adapt to our world that like I say, we're giving over to our children. And one of the ways of that adaptation is to use this style of meditation. So, that being said, I'm going to help get us in the divine mood by reading from the Tao. This is a translation of the Tao by Damo Mitchell, the Tao Te Ching. And I'm using the stanzas to get us into the divine mood. So today we are on number 77, Heaven's Bow. Heaven's way is like the bending of a bow. The high brought low, the low is lifted up. The excess is diminished, the lacking is supplied. Such is the Tao of heaven. It takes from the abundant and gives to the deficient. The Tao of man is not like this. Men take from the needy and give to the rich. Who is there with surplus, enough to share with all beneath heaven? Only the man who follows Tao. Therefore the sage accomplishes his work, yet does not dwell upon it. He achieves, but does not proclaim it. So we'll begin now the practice, gently closing your eyes. And we'll start with charging up the breath. Deep breath in through the nose, and then out through the mouth. Allowing both your belly and your chest to expand and contract. The whole trunk of your body, front to back, side to side, top to bottom. Yes, and allowing your breath to reach all the way down into your pelvic floor and to your legs and feet. Very good. We'll do 3 more. Awesome. And now allowing your breath to reach your typical way of breathing. Just settling back to your usual way and beginning to notice the sensations of your body. You can feel the temperature, the pulsing sense of aliveness and presence, the tingling and the subtle movement of your body. You can feel the earth underneath you, your body's connection with the planet. And in times of overwhelm or stress, it's very useful to remember this technique of feeling and softening. So what you do is on the in-breath, feel your body, and then in the out-breath, soften and melt down through your body like warm honey deep into the earth. And with each cycle of breath, each breath wave, on the out-breath, the melting can be like this warm honey that everything it touches is cleansed, healed, purified, made whole as it travels down through you, deep into the earth, where the energy, all of the toxins, all of the stagnant energy that the honey takes with it down into the earth receives that energy, transmutes and transforms it, and recycles it. Very good. And then, if you like, you can add in a pause in the breath process. So on the in-breath, you feel your body. On the out-breath, softening, melting down through your body into the earth. And then at the end of the out-breath, you pause between the next in-breath and simply let go, dissolve. Now, before we move on to the next section, we're just going to do some spinal breathing. So, spinal breathing is not that hard. So, on the in-breath, you feel all the way up your spine to the top of your head on the in-breath. And then on the out-breath, you breathe back down, feeling your spine back on traveling down on the out-breath to your tailbone. And some of the areas of your spine you're going to feel well. Some of them you'll feel less well. And it's like taking a ride, feeling up and then back down your spine. And spinal breathing is very closely connected to our central channel, which is part of our energy body that runs through the center line of our body. And it's sort of like a river of light. And on the in-breath, you're feeling up that river of light to the top of your head. And then on the out-breath, back down to the tip of your tailbone. And we'll practice that for a few cycles. Very good. And then now, we'll spend some time in our heart space, the center of your chest. And you can imagine, as I like to say, breathing directly in and out of your heart. And on the in-breath, feeling your heart. Out-breath, softening and expanding your heart. And you can put your hand right over your heart, on your chest, feel the warmth of your hand to activate your heart center. In-breath feeling, out-breath expanding your heart. coming in contact with your emotions. You can notice what is present for you emotionally right now. And without making your emotions right or wrong, good or bad, just allowing yourself to feel your emotions a little bit in the shared space together. Because human beings are based on the concept of a mammalian nervous system, we are very closely connected to each other emotionally, and we're simply not meant to feel things alone. And so it's part of emotional hygiene to feel things together. So you could be feeling any of the 5 main cardinal emotions like anger, sadness, fear, joy, or shame. And just allowing yourself to feel a little bit. You could also be feeling numb, which is another valid emotional experience. The cardinal emotions give our life direction. So just allowing yourself to feel a little bit in the shared space. And you can always remember, if there's overwhelm, to come back to feeling your body and the earth underneath you for grounding. Great. And if you like, you can add in the pause, similar to earlier. So on the in-breath, feeling your heart. Out-breath, softening your heart space. And then at the end of the out-breath, pause and sense into the stillness and expansive quality of the heart field that you possess. move our attention up into our head, feeling your head on the in-breath. On the out-breath, softening in and around your head. Often we don't know how much tension we carry in our heads. Today I have some tension there, and you may too. So on the in-breath, if you like, you could breathe into your third eye space between your eyebrows, or your crown, the top of your head, whatever feels correct for you. And just feeling and softening in and around your head. Yes, and inevitably in meditation we encounter our thoughts. And so you can notice the busyness and activity of your mind. Sometimes in meditation your mind is very busy, sometimes it's very calm or peaceful. Either way, we practice. And what we practice is remaining uninvolved with your thoughts, allowing your thoughts to come and go. And if you notice, sometimes thoughts pull us into the thinking, the active form. And when you notice this, you can always remember to come back to feeling your head or your body and the earth, the ground underneath you for grounding, the land. And just practice switching back. So if you notice you get pulled into a thought, switch back to feeling and sensing. Great, and if you like, you can add in the pause like we've been doing. So on the in-breath, feeling your head. Then on the out-breath, softening in and around your skull. And then at the end of the out-breath, you can pause between the next in-breath. And it's almost like your whole head disappears. And in place of where your head is, the whole entire sky is resting on your shoulders. Very good. And then now, we will spend a little time with our eyes open, gently opening your eyes and allowing all of the work we just did to remain present and not evaporate away. And we're going to practice in the relational space. Every relationship has an inside and an outside. And it's possible to feel both and to practice feeling inside and feeling outside. And so that's what we will do. So on the in-breath, feeling around you. And then on the out-breath, feeling inside you. And just practice noticing the distinction between feeling outside and then inside. If you like, you can take your thumb, hold on to your thumb with your other hand, and then put your fingers on top and place that in your lap for an anchor. You can take the tip of your tongue, find the groove behind your front teeth and the roof of your mouth. Place the tongue there to complete the energy circuit of your subtle body. In-breath feeling around you, outside you, and then out-breath feeling inside. if you like, you can add in qualities to your practice of love, compassion, and gratitude. You can pick one or two, or do all three. It's up to you. And so you practice on the in-breath, feeling love, compassion, and gratitude around you. And then on the out-breath, love, compassion, gratitude towards yourself. And you just practice sending and receiving love, compassion, and gratitude. good. And then from here we can set our prayers and our intentions for the day. I'll be quiet to allow you to do yours. May this work that we do transform our life, offering up blessings and healing, and ripple out into the community. Amen. Yes, thank you so much for joining me. Wishing you a great Saturday, and I'll be back again tomorrow about the same time, 6 a.m. here, Eastern Standard Time, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.